Right, we love our Land Rover Defender 90. It's compact, it's more fun to drive. Park it in tighter spaces. When you're towing, it's more manoeuvrable. We love it. But sometimes you need more space, and an awning is a good way of giving you more space. Now, we've done an awning kit for the 110, and people have said, please, Simon, please, can we have one for the 90? So we have done one for the 90. So on the 90, so this is going to clamp around these Expedition roof rack pillars. But you'll notice Land Rover, they make it hard for me. That's their hobby, let alone defend a trophy challenge. They make every day a challenge for me. So the length of this block is different to all the other lengths of the blocks. That one is actually roughly the same as one of the others on the 110. So we have made, and in this video, we're going to show you our genius awning clamp system, quick release for the Land Rover Defender 90. It's the perfect weather for an awning today as well. So what have you got? You have got, and how does it work? So basically you have got these, this is 3D printed, but you've got a ring of steel. So you've got a bolt coming through, bolted on the back, and this bracket can stay on your car all summer, okay? But when you want to go away camping, you're going to get this, and we'll show you how to do all of this. You're going to get this bracket, and this bracket is just going to drop on. You'll see the heads of the bolt, and it's going to drop on like that. So that'll be your awning supported, and then you tighten the bolts up, and then after you've had fun at the weekend, there you go, you can take that off, and that can stay on your car all summer, all year if you like, but probably all summer in the UK anyway. Right, let's get fitting. Right, so you will get a big bracket and a small bracket, big plates and small plates, okay? So these will all come in kit form for you, and we'll show you how this all works. So we've got stainless steel nylon nuts, stainless steel plate, okay, and the coach bolts there, right? Now, so this is like a little trunk, and this points down. So what we're going to do is we're going to clamp that on the car, and this little block is just going to sit into place. So let's have a go. Right, and whoa. So you could put your suspension down if you've got air suspension, make it a bit easier. That goes on there, and that pushes back into place. And then we put this little clip on. You got enough there, Alicia, or do you need a? You should be all right. You need to grow a little bit, Alicia. Can I say that? There you go. Right, there we go. So that's all neat. Now, obviously, that little block clips on, but once we put the bolt through, it can now unclip itself. So let's get the rear strap and the bolts. Right, so there you go, put the coach bolt. Now, the coach bolt obviously is square at this end, and you ideally want to get it the flat so that it's lined up with that. There you go. And then likewise the same with the other one. Okay, now you don't want to bolt them up too tight because you need a little bit of a gap because we've got to slide that other bit in. Right, and then we can put the strap over the back and then put one of the nuts on. You might not better see, but it's only putting a nut on a bolt. And then do the same on this side. Right, and then we've got a little trick. This is our own design of spanner, and what it does is it locks the head of the coach bolt so that we can just tighten that just as it's going over the nylon. Again, we don't need it to be mega tight at this point. All right, let's have a little bit more. We've got a bit of thread on there. Right, okay. Right, now it's too tight because the plate we've got to get in is the same thickness plate as this, so it's got to be able to go in and slide in easily. So that's not too bad actually, that's all right. But if it's clamping it, you're a bit tight. I'm just going to back it off half a turn. There we go, so that can go in easily. We'll do the same on this one. All right, same deal. Look, we even put little up arrows on it. You know, the only way is up. Right, clamp that. And we've even designed the shape of this block different, so you can't put the lock bit for the short on the long. It's absolutely foolproof. Well, I hope it is. I can manage it, so it's got to be pretty good. Right, I won't show you doing that up, but yeah, put your strap across the back, put your nuts on the back, get that one tight. Just to explain a bit more about the design concept here, this sort of elephant's trunk pushes against the bottom of the block. So there's actually three sort of touch points. these two are sort of naturally pulling away with the weight of it, but this bottom one it's resting against, so it's reacting the forces. When it's on, and it's worth checking it does go on at this stage, the bottom is going to be pushing. Now, what we've done here, we've also created this new feature. Now, you shouldn't be able to see any of this trunk. You see, you can see it in this cutout hole here, but when you push down, you should see none of the trunk. So we've added this little sort of go, no go gauge so you can see when it's properly installed. So when you so check the back on as well, again, before you mount everything up. Right, so our mounts are now all ready to receive these. So the next bit is we now need to bolt these plates. So these are the awning adapter plates to the awning. Right, so the plan is going to be we need to have this plate as a spacer between the awning and this plate. And that's to give us clearance for the head to go up behind here. So that plate there, that spacer. So what we've got to do, now what we've got on these plates is we've got a series of M6 holes where my two fingers are pointing here. And we've got a series of M8 holes here. Now, it's better if you can get the top row, so make sure you get your awning the right way up. So this one's got the zip at the bottom, so that's the bottom. So work out where the bottom is, get the bottom nearest to you, and then your arrows are pointing to the top, and see which holes line up, okay? Now, I would recommend you mount it as high as you can, okay? So I think that one doesn't line up. I think we should be okay on that one and this one. I think we can get it on those very top two. Or we could go on these bottom two, but I'd rather get the awning mounted as high as we can. Now, one thing to note, let's recap a bit. Right, so let's recap. So the plate is going to be, you see I'm fully located, I can't see any of the trunk. And the top of this we've designed to be pretty much level with the top of your, so if you've got a roof tent and something, you should be able to put the roof tent. So by going up higher, you get the awning higher, there's more room under your awning, but you haven't added to the overall height of your vehicle. So I'd encourage you to try and get your awning, it's up to you, put it where you like. I'm going to try and get the level as level with the top as much as we can to give us that sort of flat layer at the top. Right, so obviously you will need to get the appropriate bolts. Do we supply it with these, Alicia? Because it's going to depend on what awning you've got. So again, some are M6 and some are M8. So this is actually an awning we sell, this one. It's got a little end cap that comes off. So fire your bolts in from one end, put your little end cap back on if you've got an end cap to go back on. Okay. Right, and then, right, so let's get this in the right order. We have to put the plate on first, the up and the 90 facing us. All right, and let's get those. Let's get one in there, one in there. Let's check we can get these bottom two in. Okay, the bottom two. Now, obviously, the idea is you can slide it along. Okay, so we'll leave, we'll get that. Right, and then we'll get the same, and everything should be the same. We can read the 90. All the spacing should be the same. And then nuts, Q nuts. Right, you're going to put some nuts on here. I'd probably recommend nylock nuts. But let's get those on. Or lock washers or thread lock or whatever. But again, this is dependent on your awning, this bit. But these are universal brackets. What awnings did we try this year? We've got ARB. Oh, I can't remember the names. But we've tried a whole load of them. And the details are on the website. So we've tried to accommodate these. It took us a while to work out these spaces. Right, so that's there, okay. All right, and then you can slide that along. Right, and we can slide it on the car. Right, let's get the other one in. Right, before you put the second plate on, don't forget, you've got to put 2 bolts in. Again, it'll depend on which awning you've got, the M6 or the M8, because this is going to be an additional safety lock bracket that's going to go on, just to stop it coming off. So we'll explain where it goes later, but for now, just make sure on the top upper rail, you've put 2 fixings in. They can be M6 or M8, depending on your extrusion. Right, let's get that second plate on. Right, now remember your longer plate, the bigger plate is going to go at the front of your vehicle. So as we look at it, this is the bottom, that's the front, and that's the rear. It's a bit confusing, but now we should be able to get it up and offer it on. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Now, I will put on the video now the distance between these two, because that is fixed. That's governed by the factory roof rack. So I'll give you that distance, and you can put a pen mark. Alicia's done it here for me roughly. And then you've got the other marks there, so that when you go and offer it up, you're at least in the right ballpark. Now what we're going to do is we're going to position it. We're not going to tighten these nuts till we've got the position, and then we'll tighten the nuts. Right, there you go. Look how strong I am. Right, let's have a go. Let me see if we can do this, or I can do this. So we're looking at the front there, and the back, or a bit off here at the back. Let's have a look. Right, that back one's looking good. That is looking good. Right, so now at this stage, you can position it. How long do we reckon that one is, Alicia? Was that the 2.5? It looks like the 2.5. So you can actually adjust it. You can slide it to get it exactly where you want. If you want it flush with the back of your car. If you've got a 270 awning, that'll be quite critical, because it'll dictate where that rear one comes. Right, so are we happy with that? Does that look okay? Let's get it back a little bit. You want to minimize it. You want to minimize the bigger overhang. We want to balance the overhang. This one's obviously longer, but I'll get it. That looks neat. Right, let's tighten up a couple of those nuts. So these are, we don't need to do, but we can tighten two of these because we're happy with that position. Right, the lower ones are trickier to get to, but we can do those off the car. So let me just get those two there. And can you still see up here, Alicia? Yeah. I'll get those two done there. Right, so that's fixed. Everything's fixed now. We'll get that off. It should just lift off. Right, we should now be able to just lift that off. There we go. Oh. And then we can tighten up those bolts, and I'll get that measurement for you of the distance between the two plates to help you. Right, so it's 690 millimeters from the sort of the end face of that bracket to the end face of that bracket. So we're now ready for the final fitment. So this should be all you have to do when you want to get your awning out. You get it out the garage. Now you can actually use these plates to hang it on the garage wall. You can use some of the spare holes there and hang it on the garage wall. Right, and then you get it out here. Let me see if I can get it on. Obviously, if your awning's heavier, it's going to be tricky. Right, it should slip over. Right, check you've got none of the elephant visible there to check that's fully on board. Right, now we're going to show you the safety clip and tightening up. So obviously the awning on, it's great. It's not going to slide backwards, forwards. It's not going to go down, but it can still come up because that's the way we put it on. So the first thing, if you look underneath, Alicia, can you have a look there? We've got to tighten up the coach, the bolt. So that will clamp it up against the blocks. Okay, now they can't move because the metal plate is stopping them rotating. So we'll do all four of those. Now, the next thing we designed is a sort of extra safety plate, and I guess it's, you could make your own judgment. We'll recommend this, that if those four bolts are tight, it shouldn't go up. But this is a final one, and that fits up underneath there. Okay, so it's underneath. So you can see this is underneath the roof rack. So there's no way that can lift up. And then if you look at the top, Alicia, you can see we're bolting it on. Now, depending on your roof rack, you may have to put it, we put it in the top track, you may have to put it in the top track, the bottom track, and you can always bend the bracket a bit in the vise, but it's chunky, thick steel, so that that bracket really wants to be pushing up underneath. So it's clamping it there and stopping it from going up. Okay, so that is really clamping that there. And again, I'd recommend using nylox on those so they don't vibrate loose. And that is the awning kit fitted. Right, so we'll get those for sale on the website. Let me know what you think. Is it a good idea, bad idea? awning on the 90? Should you buy a 110? Is the 90 better? Right, we'll leave you with that. Let us know.